And I loved, you said toxic altruism and overgiving. And I think we've experienced this here in Dallas, and we have a Give Responsibly campaign that talks about Giving 2.0. And I think, we have a very strong community in Dallas. On the one hand, very altruistic, wants to give and help. But then we also have the processes that get people into housing. And for the longest time, they were working side by side, but not together.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to bring everyone to the same table to work harder, not smarter. And some of the stuff that you had said in your TED Talk and earlier about what happens when people don't plug into what's going on and just go out to give on their own really resonated with me.
Well, there's four responsible parties when it comes to solving this problem. There's the government, right? The leaders, the money comes from here. There's the agencies, right? That's us. We're the ones doing the work. But then there's the public, and there's the homeless population. This whole time we've been trying to solve the problem with the government and agencies without getting the homeless involved and the public. The public has a role. You can cause a bigger problem than you can help in many different ways, and not like saying that we don't want folks to help, but we've been conditioned to help this way for so long. And you look like when you look at the difference. So you have three different kinds of help. You have the spectrum of help, and then you have the three different ways that help impacts. So the three different types of help in this situation is you can help somebody stabilize, which you can get them. Well, we'll just say you help somebody survive.
Yes.
Somebody's hungry, you feed them. They're cold, you give them a jacket. You can help somebody stabilize, which is you get them into a house. And you can help somebody thrive, which is you teach them how to keep the house. We, up to this point, haven't been introducing thrive. So what happens is people get stuff, lose it, get it, lose it, and after a period of getting something and losing something, get it, lose it, it makes more success for an individual to be successfully homeless than it does to suck at being housed.
Yeah.
And we had a role in conditioning people to think that way and to feel that way. And what we do is we put this overarching cloak that takes hope away from people without trying, because if someone's like, they've been helping me for so long and I can't figure it out and I can't, so we're contributing to people losing hope if we don't properly teach someone how to thrive. And that takes time and it takes a lot of effort. And it's like, you walk into these people that come into our safe camp and be like, how long does it take to fix them? 90 days, 6 months? How long can we fix this person? Does it take to fix a person? I'm like, it took a whole lifetime to get them here.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. I think we got to take different approaches. And then you have the spectrum of help. And right in the middle in the spectrum of help is a kind gesture, right? Someone's hungry. You give them a granola bar. Cool, that was kind. But did you solve a problem? Nah, because you solved the right now problem, but in 2 hours.
How is that? There's the transactional argument as well. I think I've heard some very powerful comments here from some of our resident clergy who've said there's giving someone something that's transactional and makes you feel good, and then there's asking them what they need and giving them back their humanity.
Yeah.
And rehumanizing the conversation.
So that's it too, though. So remember what they need, because I want to circle back to what they need. Okay. Because that's as far as impact, right? So you got a kind gesture that's right down the middle, but we don't really solve the problem. We solve it for now. 2 hours later,
you do something and you move on.
Yeah, and then you go to the far side of the spectrum. That means solving the problem. Yep. Solving the problem under the umbrella of, or in the context of being hungry means setting someone up to where they'll never ask for food again. They'll never have to ask for food again. That's solving the problem. But that takes a lot of work.
And that's the stabilizing.
That's when somebody's thriving right there, when you set them up. But when you move to the other side of the spectrum, it's you take kind gestures repeatedly over and over and over and over again until you create pathological altruism, to where you're helping so much, you're making someone sick. Do you know? And what we look at, like if you look at the camp, we would find people would never have to leave the camp because folks were bringing so many things to them, that they never had to leave. And on the streets, everything's currency.
Yeah.
You could bring a fire truck out there and they're going to keep it because they might be able to trade it later. It's just the economy of the streets. Like, so we know that everything's currency, so we bring things out, they'll take it, they might not even use it. But the point is that it's a deflation of psychological drive. Where you're stealing someone's drive to be able to go out and do stuff. And so that's another conditioning that takes place if we help in the wrong direction.